San Valentino. Today, February 14th, and which is the feast of Saint Valentine, which we popularly know as Saint Valentine's Day. We welcome you back to Enterprise Friday, right here on Enterprise Television. Let's get to our main conversation today. Rose Idibia, the mother of veteran singer Innocent, popularly known as 2FACE'S Idibia, has raised the alarm that Nigerians should help her beg Edo State lawmaker Natasha Osaworo to leave her son. She made appeal in a video that went viral on Thursday evening. According to Mrs. Idibia, 2FACE is presently not in his right frame of mind due to the divorce proceedings with his estranged wife, Annie. In the viral video, she said, "Good evening, Nigerians. My name is Mrs. Rose Idibia, the mother of 2FACE. This message is for Miss Natasha Osaworo of Edo State. I am calling on all mothers in Nigeria to help me beg her to free my son. My son is going through a divorce process and he is clearly not in his right senses now. I know my son well. That is not my son. Please, Natasha, the beads you put on his hands and on his neck, remove them and free him," she said, end quote. The revelation follows his recent separation from his wife Annie Idibia, with the singer expressing his intention to take things further with Osaworo. Speculations about 2FACE and Natasha's relationship had been growing after 2FACE was seen at the Edo State Assembly, and a video surfacing showing the two together at the Lagos club. It's worthy of mention that Osaworo is a politician and member of the Edo State House of Assembly, representing the Ego constituency under the People's Democratic Party. She was elected in April of 2023 and is from the Ego local government area of Edo State. Now let's have our conversation. We still have Pastor Vansufeli and Emeka Madunago. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
All right. So I guess this fits into the Valentine's Day, actually. But this time in reverse, we were supposed to, celebrate and, enjoy ourselves because it's the Saint Valentine's Day. But in the home of the Idibias, it's really not Valentine's there. Pastor Vansufeli, please speak to us what this means, especially for this lawmaker. How bad is the situation for her, especially with regards to her perception right about now?
Well, 2FACE is someone that just expressed her, her lack of support or her refusal to support that relationship. Given that, according to her, her son is not herself, and she's also insinuating that the woman under reference, Natasha, must have used beads or some artifacts or whatever he calls it to put 2FACE under that condition under which and that because he's also going through the divorce proceedings, that Nigerians should
Are you still there, Barrister? Okay, I think we're having a little bit of a network glitch there. Are you still there, Barrister? Okay, I think we have to fix that, before we let Barrister have his say. Emeka Madunago, speak to us on this particular matter. 2FACE is 49 years old, and it's often said that a man would continue to remain a child once the parents are alive, obviously. So there's nothing wrong if the mother of 2FACE would come and support the son, even if he's 49 years old.
Well, I really pity the woman. I feel for the woman because, the issues concerning 2FACE, have really not been, something that any parent would be, would just look away from. That's why you see the parents of, celebrities, the parents of celebrities, I feel for them. I wonder how it will be, as a parent of a celebrity child. I'm not talking of whether controversial or even just normal celebrity. Every day in the name of your child is in the news, not maybe for tech discoveries or
Or
AI, but because you were in a club, or you were seen with one girl, or you just rode out a car, and all of those things. Such things bother me as a parent. Such things bother me as a parent, and I don't know how parents of such celebrities cope. So this kind of a thing, for the mother, 2Face, you just anything positive about 2Face hardly receives, hardly trends. 2Face became a brand ambassador for one popular product recently. It didn't make any big deal. In fact, interestingly, it was this Hilda Baci, who had that record, of longer marathon cooking. That was even highlighted more than 2Face. It's only when you see the TV commercial, you see Hilda Baci, you now see 2Face. That's even how some people got to know that he was signed on by that brand.
So I mean, he is losing his relevance. Is that what you're saying?
Not losing his relevance. It's such a way that it's as if it's only the negatives that make 2Face trend. And for me, it's worrisome, because as a journalist, I feel there are certain times as journalists, we even advise people. Now wait a minute, you yourself now try. Even when we talk to politicians sometimes, say, look, it's not right. You should also build confidence in the people. You should build trust with the people. It's not every time all the people know about you is that you are a this, you are a that, your politicians are thieves and all that. Also try and do some positive things that can take away some of the negativity, away, the negative publicity away from you. So in this case, I think family members need to really help him. He's a man, he's a girl, he's 49 years. At 49 years, what are you still telling a man about about women? He can even have a harem and all of that. But I think when I saw that video of him and the lady, I felt the divorce proceedings don't go so quickly. So I felt, did he have a lawyer? I thought he should have a lawyer as a top celebrity, advising him that this kind of video is not right.
The lady herself is a lawyer, so she understands better. So.
We're not talking about the lady. 2Face it can be any lady. We're talking about 2Face. 2Face is the person in the eye of the storm, not the lady. So 2Face is the one who said he's having divorce, is cutting ties with his wife. They are going to divorce. It's not the lady. So
the lady too. The lady too will need to count the cost of that relationship.
How?
Because she has to count the cost too, because the man of that reference have been one who is notorious for having multiple women around him. Okay, coupled with his status as a celebrity. Okay, now this relationship that she is going into right now is a secured one. That she has to count that cost, because I don't think this is the end of the road for 2Face. of philandering. Okay, so that's what I'm saying, because when things are starting up early like this, people hardly look at the long-term value and effect of that.
Absolutely.
Now you already have parental rejection. There's going to come a time when the parties involved will get tired of themselves, and even the record that 2Face have already, which is peculiar to many men, not just him. That lady needs to count the cost of that relationship very, very well. And to carry the House of Assembly of the state into the matter, and then I think they should just focus on their personal life and leave the state out of this problem.
But it's not possible to exfoliate her position as the majority. She's the chief whip, I guess.
No, I think deputy majority.
The deputy majority leader. It's not possible to exfoliate that position from her personal life. Yes.
It's not possible, but I think that angle to her should be downplayed. Should be downplayed because she's making a choice. She's not making that choice for the assembly. She's not making that choice, and the House of Assembly have no right whatsoever to ask her. To ask for me to go further or retreat or pull out, okay, because it's actually her personal life. So that is what I meant by Because the media have been, because of the sensationalism, okay, the media have been projecting that story with this state out of assembly. Because also, Two-Face visited the state out of assembly a day before it was unveiled that why the money was because of, and to see that the divorce proceedings is still ongoing, and then it's out there for another, the same issue again, it leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah, speak to us on the implications. Speak to us on the legal implication of a divorce proceeding still ongoing, and the person on the reference is off to another relationship. How do we interpret it legally?
Well, the no-one has said that because the legal proceeding is ongoing, you cannot have another relationship, except only when that marriage that had not yet been dissolved was contracted under the Act. Under the Act, I mean, if they had, conducted that marriage under the Act through a registry and all that, what's the public call court marriage, that is the only ground upon which is not allowed to go and get another woman during the pendency of this divorce. Okay. But I think what Two-Face contracted was just customary marriage. Another customary marriage, you can marry as many women as possible thereafter, during or after divorce or whatever it is. You understand? So I don't think that I want legal implementation. That marriage is not under the Act. If it's under the Act, then there will be a restriction order from the court or at the instance of the petitioner. Okay, at the instance of the respondent, rather, because Two-Face is the petitioner here. So at the instance of the respondents to, curtail him from that act. Okay, but in the absence of that, there's nothing really illegal about what he's doing, as long as the marriage is contracted under the civil and custom.
Very true. There's nothing illegal about what Two-Face is doing, but of course, definitely there's a moral issue.
Morally wrong.
Yeah, there's lots of moral issues to that particular matter. And make a speak on that.
Sorry, Two-Face has never told you he's a moral crusader.
But he
So when you're talking about moral
general perception,
yeah,
he's a celebrity. Lots of people look up to him, especially young people.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
But sorry, Baisa, what kind of influence?
Oh,
Is philandering an influence that can be that can be presented as a form of influence per se?
So what I mean is this: a lot of people follow Two-Face. A lot of the people who are die-hard fan of his, who whenever he becomes a brand ambassador, every people abandon what they normally use just because Two-Face. I can actually tell you that I am using, I'm not going to call a brand name now. I as a person can tell you that I'm using Puma. I'm using this Puma just because they will do. Just because they will do an ambassador. That's just it. I've never used Puma as a brand.
wow.
But I'm using this just because Davido is an ambassador. That's just one among many. There are people who are influential, who are celebrity, who the public so much align with whatever they say or do. You understand? Now it does not matter what their character is or what their moral position is on the issue. So that is why in the psychology of fail, okay, they use celebrities to promote certain brand, because when that is done, it brings a lot of people who are their followers to that brand, and that's just for commerce and capitalism. Okay, that's when I said as someone who have influence, that is what I meant. Okay, as someone who have influence, it is not morally okay for him to do that in the dream, because a lot of people will toe that line, may want to do that same thing he's doing, if you know what I mean. When they have the opportunity to do so, they will say Two-Face did it. You understand? Are you better than Two-Face? Do you know more than Two-Face? You hear things that will surprise you.
Yes.
Okay?
True, very true.
That is what I mean by the influencer, someone who has influence.
Very true, very true.
All right, Barrister, just I would love you to continue on that particular note. You are a child's right crusader, and Two-Face has about 5 kids now. 3 with one, 2 with another person, another 2. He has 7 actually, and he's moved on to another one, and possibly they might have yet other children. Speak to us. Don't you think there is some sort of child mental abuse on the lives of his children already, knowing what their father is going through? PTSD is the norm now. Speak to us on this matter.
Yeah, so that is why I said earlier on, just not too long ago, that the lady should count the cost of this relationship. It's part of what I meant by that. You see, because you see, for abuse, let me address the issue of abuse of children first. The father's philandry or casanovic misadventures does not amount to child abuse for the children. It does not by our law, by the Child Act. The issues are spelled out clearly. You shouldn't use children for, you shouldn't take them to go hawk, expose them to pornography. They have the right to name. You don't use them for child labor, and all those issues are listed. They are quite very expressive. But whether a man cannot take whether a man shouldn't take another woman as a wife because of the children does not in law constitute an abuse. Okay, per se.
Even if it is on the lives of the children, because you might not know their mental state right now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said, but by implication or by moral standing, okay, that may affect their perception to what you call marriage. Okay, because if their father is the number 1 role model, okay, so I think what their father is involved in is getting multiple women pregnant, marrying some, discarding some, and having children all over the places. There's a sense in which the children, 1 or 2 of them might imbibe that and may want to, continue that line in future, which is a perceptual damage to that child, morally speaking. May not be a legal spelled out that can be enforced against the father. Okay, that's what I mean. So this thing he's doing now is just really off track, and that is why the mother came out early to make that statement and to make that allegation of take off the beads and take off the whatever it is she has said. That's a mother's own way of protecting his child, or to yearn for the protection of his child by her own level of understanding of the issue. What's wrong with his son? Said he knows his time and that is not him. Okay? So as much as I am not going to put so much weight on that, because it is neither here nor there. Truly, whether there's some kind of voodoo, as it's neither here nor there. And because even if it's there, it cannot be proven by any stretch of imagination or by the evidential and probative value or course of action. The person who should do right, she wants to go ahead, she will have a course. And if Two-Face also want to go ahead with it, she will have a course. And both of them will then be there. And the action of the practice I mean, now that they have enough time to decide truly whether this is the way to go or not.
All right, thank you so very much. Emeka, my last question. Let's not forget or pretend that men are not going through so much. Now, every attention is going to the woman in concern, and all of that. Lots of empathy for the woman, for Annie Idibia, and so on and so forth. But men are very slow to speaking despite the fact that they go through so much pain. 2FACE'S Idibia is not the only one. We've had Yoli Doche, who's equally gone through the same thing. Ayo Maku, that's AY, who's going through the same thing. With so many other men equally going through the same thing. And every one of them have come up to say that they've been mentally abused by the woman they have before them. So how do you think we can better protect the mental state of men who obviously are going through so much of what 2FACE has gone through, but of course when they speak up, it seems like they are the one to be blamed in this matter, while most times they are the casualty?
Well, I'll just say very simply that we are Africans, and African men should be African men. One of the attributes, that our forefathers handed over to us was the ability to manage their homes. They didn't have perfect homes. By the way, our forefathers had many wives, but they could keep their homes. Some of our fathers had children outside their marriages, but their marriages did not scatter. They were still able to keep the home front while still maintaining the other, you get what I mean?
Be specific, please. What exactly was it that our fathers actually put in place that made it possible for them to keep that many number of wives and still were able to keep their family together that our young ones are not doing now?
One, our fathers had better crisis management. They were better able to hold their families together. You might say, okay, some of them were brutal, they were flogging their wives and all of that. That was the extreme. But that character, that moral fiber, they were able to demonstrate it to their wives that, look, I'm the one in charge here. I will lead this home and I will show good example, to my wives and to my children. Then, again, they were able to provide for their families. But today, we hear about what is the woman bringing to the table. What is this? We are going to split bills 50-50 and all of that. Yes, if such has to happen, maybe because the man's financial capabilities are not, there should be a kind of understanding. But the situation where you find out these days men just relax and let their wives run the home, it will, these things will not help a marriage to grow. Then 3, one problem today is that people are not patient. I was reading some things, you read some things on social media. I read something this morning. Somebody said he and his wife, they met on TikTok. And then, he came to, they met, and then he asked his wife for the password. They've been married for just 2 months. He asked the wife for the password to her phone, and she refused to give him. And the man said, okay, was not asking a lawyer, on Facebook, that what do I do? I'm tired, I want to dissolve the marriage. And like I said, it's not like that now. Depending on if you married based on this or this or this, you have to need like 2 years, for you to get. So I now say, is it so easy? There was another one again that came up, that the wife, because he's living abroad, because the wife claimed that she was a nurse. He met her on TikTok, that she was a nurse. And then when he got here, he found out that she was this, what they call Eliza nurse, this auxiliary nurses that work in health centers. And that these are red flags. This is too many lies. This, that, and the other. Blah, blah, blah. The wife said she was this. And they found out she wasn't that. Blah, 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 blah. So he's ending the marriage. I was forced to comment. I said, is it so easy to just end? If she's an Eliza nurse, right? And then take her, send her to nursing school now. At least build her up to what you want. What is that so easy? You just get married. And then, do you know the things our fathers endured from our mothers? The things our mothers endured from our fathers. Those of us in marriage, do you know what we are enduring? What our wives are enduring from us? Do you know the pressures, societal pressures, family pressures, and all of that? But look, running away isn't a better option unless there is violence involved in it. Emotional, domestic abuse, domestic violence, emotional abuse. But you see, all of these issues, there has to be that strong moral fiber. That's why some of us have been, in marriage, going for so long. Why? Because look, as human beings, we must face challenges. When we face challenges in our businesses, do we run away? when we face challenges in different places where we do it, or where we work, or where we relate with people, do we run away? So I think, there should be emphasis on, people should be more understanding, more patient, long suffering, and know that remove your marriages from social media. Some of these celebrities, their problem is every little thing you want to come and tell us. We are not interested. We are trying to, make a living, pay our bills, pay our children's school fees, take care of our bills. And you are disturbing us with, like one of my uncles was saying one time, you gotta tell your neighbor, my wife served me bread this morning. She didn't put egg. For me, she knows I like a scrambled egg. She put boiled egg. And your neighbor has not seen eggs in maybe 3 years. Your neighbor cannot even afford bread. What do you think your neighbor will tell you? He will tell you to destroy the marriage. So people should be more discerning, more careful, and more patient. Marriage is not just what you just. No. What you see these days, no. It's that is not. Because I said we are Africans. I know Western culture may allow for certain things, but I also don't think that, in the Western culture, they will encourage you, if it doesn't work, at the slightest challenge, walk away. No. Not all of us Africans that have customs, that have traditions, and then people just go, no, is it so easy? Although I know somebody, they wedded on Saturday. By Monday, the woman flung her ring away, that she wasn't anymore interested. I was very young then. I said, But
it's in Nigeria that we raise the flag of marriage so high. You know how much it costs to marry here? It's $200. That's the only thing you pay to marry here. And you don't do anything to deposit. I'm married today, and by Monday afternoon, you call it off. There's no marriage that stays here. As you are going into, you already know when it's going to end. So that is so in Africa, we really raise the flag of marriage. Africa is the only continent that's keeping the sanity of what marriage ordinarily is supposed to be by institution. In other places, it's not viewed as an institution. It's viewed like just
a transaction.
Trying to make things work and destroy it anytime they want to destroy it.
So do you think in Africa we should move on? Is that what you're insinuating?
No. I think that in Africa we shouldn't copy the West of marriage.
Not all.
Let's copy them on technology and institutional framework that are working, infrastructural framework and all that, and maybe some part of laws. More parenting and living together. I don't because they know what they do when their parents are old. They just take partner and not put in one of people, so government take care of them. There's no law on ground that compels them to visit. You can imagine. No legislation at all that compels them to visit. So they see like he gave birth to me, and he's agreed his life, he's done, I'm on, I'll be done soon, and some other persons will. So the level of casualization of relationship and human cohabitation here, I do not wish it for any country. You see, I'm also surprised how they're able to develop with this level of casualization of relationship, how they're able to develop this faster. Or is it the heavy weather we face around marriage in Africa that is going on backward? I don't know. It's just a puzzle.
Very, very true. And the fact remains, as humans, of course, we will live in the world, and which means no one is immune to challenges, relationship challenges, fracas, feud, and all. But the fact still remains that when you find someone you truly love, you spend time with them, you are able to tolerate with them. Most importantly, and especially, today is St. Valentine's Day. So that is the most reason why we should, of course, celebrate with ourselves. If you don't have anybody, celebrate with yourself. Yes, this is St. Valentine's Day. Thank you so very much, Mecca Madonako, for being here. Pastor Francis Felix, thank you as always.
My pleasure.
All right, people, that's just about the time we have I would love you to visit us if you may. You can always find us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at enterprisetv7. I am Henry Igwebike, and thank you for watching. But most importantly, have yourself a very wonderful Valentine. Bye-bye.